Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Picnic Table Chat Show. And that's better. I had the wrong microphone working. I'll go through that again. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Picnic Table Chat Show. It is season 10, episode 10, and that just seems absolutely crazy. How is everyone doing? Thank you very much for joining me for another random night of chat. I say random night. I'm actually not going to be here that long tonight, and I'll tell you why. My eldest daughter is actually not obsessed, but she really likes space and stuff. And there's a meteor shower tonight. I knew what it was called. Nope, it's completely gone. But there's a really cool meteor shower tonight in about 25 minutes, just about half an hour. So we'll be heading outside into the garden for that one. And they've asked me if I would mind ending the stream in time to do it with them. Kind of can't say no, you know what I mean? And it only happens once in God knows how many years. So, good evening, Antisocial. Thanks for coming in, buddy. So yeah, I'm going to be... We'll do our little stream thing, and then I'm going to get off and go see this meteor shower with my daughter. She's got these amazing binoculars. They're basically better than a telescope, and they're on a tripod. So we went out 2 nights ago just because it was a clear night, and she hasn't had a chance to use it the whole of winter, which is pretty much when she got them. We went out a couple of nights ago, and I looked at the moon, and I was like, "What?" Like through the binoculars, and it was amazing. I've never seen the moon in so much detail, quite frankly. I've seen the moon's always up there, but actually seeing it quite close looking, and you can see all the different, it was amazing. I can't explain it because I don't have the words to explain it, but I would recommend at some point having a little look through a telescope and looking at the moon, because it is actually quite fascinating. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Excuse my bad cough. I should have muted that. Oh, sorry. So I am obviously getting better, much better from having that nasty old chest infection that lasted absolutely ages. I'm 100 times better than I am now. Demon Forge, I think you've got the right idea there. I always make myself a hot drink before I start the stream, and I tend to let it go cold throughout because I talk so much I forget the drink. But it is what it is. Oh dear. So what else was I talking about? Yes. So let's crack on. That's what I was saying. Yeah, I'm doing much better. Like I said, I've still got a little bit of a chest. I'm still a little bit tired, but I'm doing much better than I was. But we'll get there, catching up on everything. I'm so behind on all my admin work. We've kept up to date with everything else, like all the orders and the feed-ins and things like that, but my admin is so far behind. I've just got forms and spreadsheets to do. So tonight I'm probably not going to sleep. I'm going to come back in after the meteor shower and sit here until my spreadsheets are done, at least, because I'm not happy to wake up tomorrow until my spreadsheets are done. And if you've ever done spreadsheeting, it's so laborious. You just got to put on some good music, get a can of energy drink, and plow on with it. It's the only real way to do it, So what else have we been up to? We've been super busy lately. We've been getting new product up on the website. We've had some new amp go up, some new inverts go up, new accessories go up, and I have got even more to go up as well. I've got new enclosures that I need to put on. I've got an acorn ant enclosure which will go with our acorn ants that we now sell. I've got a large, I've got an invert enclosure that's completely different to our other invert enclosure, so I need a name basically. And there's 6 different sizes. There's small, medium, and large, and then there's a tall small, a tall medium, and a tall large. It's basically double the height of the original one, but they are they're really good. Yes, we do have I used to be able to say it, and now I think it's since I had my teeth taken out. Can the bearer diverse? Can it doesn't sound right. Maybe you've said it 20 times, but yes, we do have them now. And we've got Nico back in as well. So we've got tons of some favourites, and we have been some new ones as well. We've got big plans to expand on the amp front a little bit more. I won't go into detail. Obviously, it actually happens but we are working on a ton of new species to go alongside of them. Excuse me with my cough. Right. Yeah, we've got new products to get uploaded still. I'm just a little bit behind on things like that. Good evening, Marcus. Thank you, and I'm glad you made it. You're always, what's the word? Welcome and appreciated to come in. I know you've been working your butt off lately, so a 5-minute push might be good for you. A little of that. Yes, we've been working on these enclosures. Let's say I've got acorn ant enclosure. I've been working on the acorn ant enclosure for probably 9 months or a year or so. I've not been solidly working on it, but like there's been bits I wanted to tweak, and then I've left it a couple of weeks, and then I've tweaked it, and so it's taken a long time to sort of get right. But I am happy with it now. It's a completely self-contained unit with one of our feeding easy feeders, which actually slides in and out of the sealed unit, so that you don't even have to open it, feed them and such. Again, you can hydrate them and give them water without opening it, etc., etc., etc. So that's a really cool little unit that we put together. I probably will develop it into a set. Yes, we have got acorn ants in now, Marcus. Yes, we have. Like I said, I probably will develop it into like more of a range, because we've got the one and it looks really cool, but it's given me so many ideas. And it's not just good for acorn ants. Lots of the smaller species will be absolutely fine and dandy and very happy in them. I wouldn't put any micro species in it, but things like Lasius niger and whatnot I've been keeping in there, and they seem absolutely fine and happy. The only thing is, once they get to a certain size, it is not a nest that you can sort of expand, because it's a self-contained unit. It's, you know what I mean? So you don't want to be putting in colonies that are going to grow into the thousands or whatever. You want to stick to those smaller size colonies of a couple of hundred workers. We did have a sale on the website yesterday. And it ended probably about 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. I can't actually remember what time it was ending. But obviously, anyone who's watching this right now, if you're looking to place an order tonight, send me a message first and I'll give you a discount code. But only if you're watching right now at this exact second, tonight, etc., etc. If someone's watching this tomorrow, you can't message me, because I'm not going to give you a code. Because like it ended at a weird time. I don't want you guys missing out. Like, you've given me the courtesy of coming listen to me chat rubbish, so I'll give you a discount. Yeah. So that's happening. Yeah, we got loads of new stuff. I'm super excited. In fact, I'm keeping one of the diverse colonies for myself. It's an ant species I've always wanted for myself. The Asian marauder ant. Obviously, Canada made them not famous, but he made them sort of in the limelight a lot more. And I'll be honest, that was what sparked it for me. What percent? It was a 15% discount on pretty much every product on the store, which ended like yesterday, last night, whatever. But yeah, we did a 15% discount on pretty much everything. And yeah, I'm going to be keeping the colony. At the minute, they're starting to get eggs. Like most of the queens do now have eggs, which is really exciting. What I'm doing is I'm leaving the tubes clear until they turn into larva. When they turn into the larva, I'm going to add a very, very small amount of substrate. I'm not going to fill the bottom of the tube. I'm just going to add a very small amount of substrate, which just helps them with the weaving of their cocoons around pupa. It's not 100% necessary. There we go. But it is something that I've spoken to quite a few people, and they say it definitely will make a difference in viableness of their brood, basically, because sometimes you get brood that hasn't been cocooned and it doesn't make it. It just happens. They just don't form a cocoon. I don't know why. And so just to increase the viable rate of the colony. But to be honest, with the Asian marauder ants, they grow into such numbers and at such speed. Like, they are technically good evening, Ben. They are technically a form of army ant. So like I say, the more protein you're given, the faster they will breed and keep going and keep going and keep going. They can be polygamous. I've got more single queens at the moment, mainly because like you can introduce them together, but there can be conflict if they're not like genetically related in some way. We've got to focus on is that. Oh wow, yeah, forget you've got exams, mate. Good luck with that. Honestly, it like take my hats off to you. I honestly didn't do most of my exams. I was absolutely rubbish at school. Hats off to you for doing everything you already and still concentrating on your exams. Fair play to you. I hope my kids are like that, honestly, because that's spot on. Sorry to talk about you, buddy, but no, I like that's genuinely cool. Like when I was young, I didn't really see the importance of GCSEs or anything like that. And then as an adult, and they were like, "Oh, what qualifications have you got?" It's like, I was very lucky to get to college just from playing drums. That is it, Jack. Thank you. The Loris, that one. Jack's just put it in the comments now. Thank you very much. That the meteor shower that is tonight. It's supposed to span over a few nights, but it's meant to be the most visible. And when I say we're just going to get out there. If we don't see anything, we don't see anything. But it's given us those memories, you know. And I enjoy spending the time with my daughters, so it's nice to get out there and do these things occasionally. Like we used to go fishing and stuff quite often when they were younger. You know, I used to take them because I literally live about 5 minutes from one of the best fishing beaches in the country. We'd literally walk down there at like 10 o'clock at night, and we'd sit there and have a cup of coffee, or she'd have a hot chocolate or whatever. And we'd do a bit of fishing and come back at like 1, 2 in the morning. You know what I mean? It's those experiences that stick with you for a lifetime. I did it with my parents when I was really young. We used to get up at like 3 in the morning or something and literally drive all the way down here, funnily enough, because I come from the other side of the county, or my parents do. And we used to drive for like an hour or longer to get here. And go fishing, and like we'd be done by about 10, 11 in the morning. But it was that, like I say, I remember that, and it's those experiences that sort of stick with you, isn't it? Even if you don't catch it, I don't think I ever caught anything as a kid. I don't catch much as an adult, so I probably didn't catch much as a kid. But I think things like that are well worth investing in. I'm just looking at how many ants are on the thing. I can't see any wings at the minute. I've seen a few pairs of wings pop out. Like the males are starting to come out and about now, looking for food. So to me, that says probably about a month or so, we might start seeing some queens doing the same activity. And then a little while, maybe a month or so after that, they'll start to fly again. I never really track it because I don't think it's the same time every year, probably because they're in the captive situation, etc. So I don't really track when they have the nuptial flight. I just kind of can tell when it's coming by the amount of wings that I see on the surface. But at the moment, like there's one on just above the very tip of this leaf, coming on the left side, probably your right side. But there's a male running about down there. Good evening, Rest of Guy. So yeah, they are coming about, and say a couple of months, I reckon they'll be flying again. I always enjoy it when flying because they're a good, healthy colony. They're doing well, doing everything they need to be doing, and eating well, etc. But it is a bit of a nightmare as well because these tanks don't have lids on them. They have like small sections which are covered up to have lights on, etc. But there's big holes. Like the second and third tank don't have lids at all. It's just this main tank which has half lid. And they fly. Last year, we ended up with them in my daughter's bedroom, which is obviously upstairs, round a couple of corners and indoor, which was, and we always find them in the bathroom. It's like you're going in there and you're doing your stuff, and there's that queen ant on the wall. So, okay, probably looking for nice, Stephen Forge, nice. Probably looking for the hydration, looking for that extra water and humid area, I expect. Obviously, dives love humidity, like 99 to 100%. They love it. Not quite 100%, but they do really like high humidity. It's generally in the high 90s in the tank. I think where this far side of the nest is, that's actually a corner. Again, it's probably on the right-hand side to you because it's on my left. I don't know, actually. It's the side which looks like it's a corner. So that side is about 85%. But the closer you, or further away from that corner you get, the closer you get to the pond, where it gets to like the high 90s. So obviously, they've sort of built the entire length. I expect they probably moved their brood around in the back like a conveyor belt, like starting it in the moist, more humid area, moving it along to the drier area as they grow, because that tends to be what ants do, right? But yeah, it would be interesting to see how the actual movement goes of an egg from egg to ant, basically within the nest. That'd be really interesting, I think. I don't think it would be possible to really study. Like, you could microchip up an egg, but that's not going to happen. And no, I don't think it's really possible to study that one. Oh no, I can't see a viable way of doing it. In other news, it is beautiful weather these last few days. I hope you are having the same as I am here down on our beautiful little island. It has been sunshine, the sea is calm, and it is lovely. And with the warming sunshine comes more animals. So we have started seeing loads of wildlife out and about. Obviously, it is a little bit late actually, but things are starting to come out of hibernation and rock it up a bit more. So we got tons of ant colonies bursting out of the surface in our garden as always. We have a nice big Acius flavus colony out there, which is always a treat to go out and see. But so this year, for the first time in my life, I was cleaning out. It wasn't the first time I was cleaning my sheds, promise you. I was cleaning out my sheds, and for the first time in my life, there you go, I found a hedgehog. And I wasn't sure it was a hedgehog. I kind of picked up this tent, like an old tent thing, you know. Excuse me. Not an old tent, like a tent cover. Anyways, I picked it up and that's somewhat heavy. I looked in there, it looked like a ball of thorns. I was like, that's weird. And then it moved. And I was like, oh, it's a hedgehog. Oh. So I rang the hedgehog people because you're supposed to report things like this. And they came out literally within minutes. So hats off to them. They did a really great service. Literally flew out here within minutes. Because my thing was, if it's in my shed, I don't want it like foxes go in my sheds. Cats and all sorts. I don't want it in danger if there's a better place for it. So they came and had a look. And when I say they were out within minutes, they're absolutely amazing. I've met them before. In fact, they've came to one of our events in the past and held a stall there, showed off. So it was quite nice to see him again. And they came in and checked him out, and he was really healthy. He's really big, like nice, big, healthy, ready to go well. They said basically, we're not going to move him because he's clearly happy here. He's made a home, and he's like a good male for breeding. So they left him in the shed, and he was there the next day when I checked again. But since then, he has left today. So we had a hedgehog for a little while, which is really cool. Like the second time, like yesterday when I went out and looked, he just gently lifted the top of the tent, and he wasn't even covered in a ball. He was just like walking around inside under this cover. It was so cool. It was like, that's a hedgehog. I've never seen a hedgehog like I've seen hedgehogs up close, but normally they're on the middle of the road flat. Yeah, so it was really cool to see a hedgehog like up close and sniffling about, and yeah, that was really cool. And I mean, we do get a lot of hedgehogs, badgers, foxes, wildlife in general, but normally the minute you go outside, they're gone. You know, and you never get to see them really, or you do, but not a lot. And it was just a whole other experience. Like I could have reached out and poked it, you know, it was that close. And yeah, just really cool. So that was an experience for me. What else is going on? What else is going on before I disappear for the night? If you joined late, I'll go over it again. There's a meteor shower tonight, and I promised my daughters that I'm going to go out and watch it with them. And it's about 1:30, so we're not going to be on this stream that much longer, I'm afraid. I didn't actually know anything about it until about an hour before the stream, and it was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to have to do that. We did promise to take my eldest out earlier on her skates, and I've just been too flat out with work, so that's been put off till tomorrow. So I've got to do this with her. So yeah, another thing I was going to say is I am super busy at the minute. So on the last stream we talked about me opening a second company with my daughter in charge of it, managing a sweet shop or pick and mix store, etc., etc. We've got some really cool stuff going on that website in a minute, and we'll be live within the week. So when it is, I'll be making an announcement. Don't feel you have to buy something because you're my friend or whatever like that. But if you want to have a look, and if something takes your fancy, we're the place to go to. You know what I mean? Don't feel that you have to just because you have to. Just have a little look. That's all we're asking. And if you've got any sort of suggestions or ideas, we are listening. But obviously, I've given her a very specific budget, and she has to buy all of her new stock out of it, all of her utensils and cleaning products. Everything has to come out of the budget. It's a matter of if she can afford to venture into new things. But we have got lots of new things. We've got obviously the pick and mix stuff. We've got packs of biscuits, packs of popcorn and crisps, and some fizzy drinks and stuff. And the idea is you can buy all of these separately, or you can get, I think I call them infinity boxes, right? I think. And it's basically like if you're having a sleepover, you can get one of these boxes, and in it, like say it's for 2 people, there'll be like 2 bags of pick and mix, massive bag of popcorn, like probably 4 drinks or 2 each, things like that, bits like that. It's like, it's basically sorted for you. Like, if you're a parent like I am, and you got a sleepover coming up, so right, what should I do? I just order that, ding, straight to the door. There's your sleepover, kids. Have a great time, you know what I mean? Like, we have even talked about like other stuff that could be put in there, like glow sticks and things like that. Again, it's something we're going to look at in the future if this really sort of does well. Let's say we haven't made loads of money, but she's done well. She's made enough to justify now opening her website, because I said to her, I'm not going to open a website unless making money to pay for it. So so it's really cool. I'm very excited about the prospects of it. I'm very proud of her for sort of getting on with it and getting really stuck in with it, I'm just going to read these comments. You captured them on a wee night for you. Oh man, 2 birthdays at the start of the month. I got my middle one's birthday in fact, next Saturday, or this Saturday coming. And I'm at an event. I'm going to be at the library doing a free animal experience for anyone in the area. And that is on Saturday, which is my daughter's birthday. But I'm going to take her out afterwards. We're going to go out for a meal and stuff that evening. And it'll be all good. Excuse me. So yeah, I said about other companies. What else am I doing? You might have seen it, because I expect most of you follow my page anyways. I've opened a new events company, because honestly, the Weymouth event isn't quite an invert event. It's a very much different sort of random event of history, nature, and culture, and fun, and just basically everything from locally. We've got some nasty stuff. Oh yeah, of course that's good with me. Send me a message in a minute. I want to talk to you. And still, if that's all right, buddy. You just reminded me. Yeah, no, that's really cool. I can't wait either. It's gonna be brilliant. We've got loads of really cool, interesting stuff happening, and some really I managed to get our poster in about 100 newsletters for schools in the county. Like, which is pretty cool. There's only about 150 schools, so we got like 2/3 of them, and we got them in like over 100 caravan sites in Dorset, and like every tourist information, um, you name it, we've got them. You know what? I sent like 3,000 emails to ask if I can get out posters, etc. And most of them came back, well, yeah, why not? So we have, I think this is the most posters we've ever got out for an event ever. And that's saying something, because Bristol last year we got out tons. But I think we're going to go even bigger for Bristol this year. But yeah, so I'm owning a separate events company which will be taking over the Weymouth event. My ANT events will still be hosted and run by Ants on a Look and Ant Exhibition UK, because they're going to own the ANT event. My other events, of which now I am planning many, will be owned by my new company, Active Days Events and Promotions. We're going to be doing absolutely everything from music events, craft fairs, kids events, roller discos, like pretty much everything. We're going to just like be blasting out events like every month or so. Because apparently I really enjoy putting together events. I'm quite good at it as well. And not just that, with the events I'm already hosting, like I put together my contact list of traders. I've got over 300 different traders there, and it's like, well, I may as well like make use of this, because not all of them are anonymous traders, of course. I've got a lot of local traders to me that are just sort of like everything else, so I can definitely put on more events for them. Not just that, but locally another event host has gone down the pan. Basically, they did no advertising, no preparation, very little organization, didn't map anything out, etc., etc. We'll talk about that. So yeah, they've sort of gone down the pan, and it seems that our events are going to take over a lot of their traders and sort of custom. So yeah, we're going to jump on that, use the opportunity, and yeah, run with it. You know, I mean, it's bad for this other host, but quite honestly, you gotta put the effort in. You know what I mean? I sent over 3,000 emails, like, and that's not even the start of the effort I put into every show. I sit here from dusk till dawn, trying to like get people to acknowledge that it's a show that exists and they might come along. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not doing that, what are you doing? What are these people paying you for? What does the pitch fee go towards if it's not towards advertising and tables and stuff? Because they locally, right? Like, I always hire all of our tables. I get like 100 tables dropped off, and we set them all up the day before. And like locally, apparently that's really weird. Most other event hosts locally don't even give you tables. They just say, "There's a space. Give me your money." And it's like, but what are they using that money for? Obviously, we're a non-profit, so like we've always invested every penny that we've got off traders and whatnot straight back into the shows, like advertising or, like, say, tables. Tables, just so everyone knows, cost me between £7 and £10 a table to rent. So when we rent 100 tables, that's a lot of money. You know, and it's like, you know, where, like, I don't know. I can't explain it. I'm not going to go into like giving someone attitude for it, but I really think that if you're going to be a host, you need to try and be a good host and go out of your way to like make it something special, you know, which is what I try and do with all my events. So, I mean, let's say I love it. It's that passion for making people happy, I suppose. It's just what I think that's what it is. I don't necessarily like doing anything. I just like making people happy. And being able to like use my skills to make people happy is like some of the best thing in the world. You know what I mean? Yeah. Have I left myself any time to sleep? I have, kind of. So I've been going to bed about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I've been getting up at 6. But I am having a nap occasionally. I mean, this week I actually only had one nap, and that was like yesterday. No, maybe a day before. think it was Friday, and that was just like in preparation for another busy few days. And I am starting to take a bit more time off as well. Like I can't remember when it was, but one night I sat here. I was like, right, it's 11 o'clock. I'm turning all my stuff off. I'm putting on a game, and I have, and it was good. It was nice to just relax. And then the last thing I want to talk to you about is the Fallout series on Amazon. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. I'm not going to do any spoilers, don't worry. If you played the games, you can probably appreciate it as much as I am and absolutely love the series. If you haven't played the games, it's still brilliant as a standalone sort of thing. I think I've watched it about 15 times through now, the whole series all the way through. Basically because I put it on in the morning and I just leave it playing in the background and just like I've got to the point I don't need to watch it anymore. It's like going on in my head with the sound. But yeah, so good series. Season 2 has been like confirmed and announced, which is absolutely amazing as well. So yeah, if you're into Fallout, definitely watch it if you haven't already. If you've never seen or heard of Fallout, check it out. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And I think if you haven't played Fallout before, like if you look at the statistics of people like buying Fallout in the last week alone, the numbers have just skyrocketed. Like old players are now returning, new players are coming on, people that have never heard of Fallout are on. Like, yeah, so I don't game much, or not as much as I'd like to, not as much as I used to, but I do like Fallout, and I probably will be getting the game back on my PC. I've never had it on the PC. I've always been Xbox for Fallout, but I'll probably be getting it on the PC. They've got a massive sale on, like a 89% sale or something stupid. You can get like every Fallout for like 35 quid. Every Fallout, every DLC, all the expansions, everything. So it's worth having a little look at if you're into that sort of thing. But on that note, it is now past, so I'm going to have to get outside before we miss it, quite frankly. So thank you very, very much for joining me tonight. You're all absolutely spectacular and amazing. Of course, like I say, if you're looking to make a purchase tonight, send me a message and I'll send you a discount so you don't miss out on the sale that we had yesterday and today. That is only for people watching now, not if you're re-watching or watching at a later time. Yeah, I think that's everything. But you guys are awesome. I do appreciate you coming in every time, and that's why I try and do the discounts for you guys, because like you don't have to waste your time listening to me. Most people don't. My wife doesn't. Yeah, no worries, Ants Dorset. Thank you very much, buddy. I shall make sure I'm near my phone. Yeah, massive thank you to our sponsors, Answer Us and Valhalla Martial Arts. Can't really say much more than we always do, supporting us over these many, many years into all the different things that we're doing. Can't really fault them on that, can we? Fair play to them, yeah. Massive thank you to our Patreon supporters. Really just thank you, everyone. Still being awesome, supporting me after, like I say, years of me doing all these random things and having crazy ideas. But they all sort of come together in the end, don't they? Somewhat. But yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you very, very, very much for joining me tonight. So, as always for me, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans. Good night.